I try to make this brief. Her name was Renee Good. She was from Colorado, not Minnesota. She had traveled there, I believe, as a paid protester. She left behind her children and her lesbian partner to be a paid protester against ICE. What happened that day was she had been following ICE agents all around, right? And she was the lead with her car, harassing them. Now, what happened was, I guess there was a problem with the ICE agents. I don't know that, their car was kind of stuck. And so she used that as an opportunity to block the street. They told her to get the heck out of Dodge. It's kind of fuzzy, but there was one angle where you could very clearly see the two agents, and she kind of grazed one of them with her car. But there was another angle where there was a third agent in front of her where she pulled out, and that was the guy who her.
I just want to say, for the record and on the record, that any of you people who are calling us distasteful for calling Renee Good dumb because she got gunned down by that ICE agent because she almost hit that man / hit that man with her car after refusing a lawful order, need I remind y'all that y'all laughed at Charlie Kirk for 40 days and 40 nights. Renee was doing something stupid. Charlie was holding an event. Renee was an idiot who should have went home to her family. Charlie was with his family. Renee was attempting vehicular manslaughter. Charlie gave a microphone to anybody who disagreed with him.
I'll take some questions, but I want to make just one final observation here. When I was actually walking out here, somebody sent me a photo of a CNN headline about what happened in Minneapolis. And this is the headline. I'm just going to read it. Outrage after ICE officer kills U.S. citizen in Minneapolis. Well, that's one way to put it, and that is the way that many people in the corporate media have put this attack over the last 24 hours. And I say attack very, very intentionally, because this was an attack on federal law enforcement. This was an attack on law and order. This was an attack on the American people. The way that the media, by and large, has reported this story has been an absolute disgrace, and it puts our law enforcement officers at risk every single day. What that headline leaves out is the fact that that very ICE officer nearly had his life ended, dragged by a car 6 months ago, 33 stitches in his leg. So you think maybe he's a little bit sensitive about somebody ramming him with an automobile? What that headline leaves out is that that woman was there to interfere with a legitimate law enforcement operation in the United States of America. What that headline leaves out is that that woman is part of a broader left-wing network to attack, to dox, to assault, and to make it impossible for our ICE officers to do their job. If the media wants to tell the truth, they ought to tell the truth that a group of left-wing radicals have been working tirelessly, sometimes using domestic terror techniques to try to make it impossible for the President of the United States to do what the American people elected him to do, which is enforce our immigration laws. The President stands with ICE. I stand with ICE. We stand with all of our law enforcement officers. And part of that is recognizing that you people in the media, not everybody in this room, but many people in this room have been lying about this attack. She was trying to ram this guy with her car. He shot back. He defended himself. He's already been seriously wounded in law enforcement operations before, and everybody who's been repeating the lie that this is some innocent woman who was out for a drive in Minneapolis when a law enforcement officer shot at her, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Every single one of you. Questions?
If I got my strap out and you attempt to hit me with your car, God be with you. Once you initiate some shit, you don't get to dictate how much force somebody uses when they defend themselves, especially if they law enforcement. What is wrong with you, lady? You should have never been out there. But enough of the common sense. Let's kill some brain cells listening to the liberal outrage.
What the fuck's an immigrant? If you forget, we cannot have that happen again. Because we have absolutely nothing to lose at this point. But I'm ready to burn out, and I'm ready to...
We have nothing left to lose now. Do you hear yourself? You're probably an American citizen. That's probably exactly what Renee thought when she parked her car diagonally in the middle of the street. At this point, it's just natural selection. I appreciate all of you people being so loud and wrong. I'm very grateful to live in 2026. I say it all the time. It's just like dating is easier than people think it is, because people aren't ashamed of their crap anymore. All you got to do is just listen to them talk. It's easy to pick your friends, your coworkers, your people you want to hang out with. All you got to do is listen to them talk. And I can't get down with nobody whose feelings can't change because of facts. I also can't get down with nobody who thinks libiquity nonsense and pronouns belongs in elementary schools and middle schools. It barely belongs in high schools. What are we even talking about here? But let's get to the elementary schools and the middle schools. Why are we teaching the children about libiquity stuff? We know this is about sexuality. Why are we teaching children about libiquity stuff? Why is it all in the cartoons and shit? We getting off topic.
So, ICE just innocent civilian bystander today. That's where we're at in this country. If you don't like where we're at in this country, please, I invite you to bed rot with me. On January 20th, we are going to just not do any of our responsibilities at all and see how this country fares. Because if you're a woman, you know how much we actually run. And I'm sick and tired of propping up a fascist regime that has no problem me. And they better count their blessings. We're just bed rotting for a day. Because the Second Amendment exists for this reason. And if protests and boycotts aren't working, that's the only option left. You have no excuse to not take a single day off. You can do it. Nothing's more important right now. So please spread this around.
So on January 20th now, we're all just not going to do anything. We're all going to get fired from our jobs. We're not going to make meals for our kids. We're not going to do anything. We're not going to drive anywhere. What do you think this is going to do? This is the problem with you liberals. When you protest, you think it actually does something. Let me tell you something. All you do is get together for a party. I used to be one of y'all. I was down there, we were protesting, we were partying, we were organized. It hit me like a ton of bricks. We don't even have any demands. We're out here for today, and tomorrow we're gonna go about our business. And then I thought about anybody who was in charge of anything, anybody in power. All we're doing is disrupting traffic and making things inconvenient for an afternoon. That's it. All of you people on January 20th, you say you're not gonna do anything. Why do you think we give a damn if you don't want to do anything? Nobody cares. You virtue signal to each other, and it makes yourself feel better about injustice. Please keep talking. I pray y'all keep talking. This is just, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. She was a mother. A mother.
Everybody want to talk about whether or not the ICE agent should have the lady. I'm trying to figure out why she was there in the first place. You got a son, you got a family. You out here defending Pablo and Julio like they give a damn about you. Go home and protect your son. Can't do that now, it's too late. Worried about the wrong shit. And it's the problem. When you start dating people, you need to find out what their politics are. What side of the fence are they on? Because I'm starting to realize all the crazies is a bunch of liberals. They're the crazy ones. What woman of yours is going to be out on the front lines battling for Carlos? Carlos is in here illegally. He need to go back to his country. Worry about the wrong shit. Got yourself. Good job.
Once again, I'm not a big fan of how ICE is handling everything. I also don't think that we should be trying to kick people out of the country who've been here for at least 10 years. If you've been here for 5 years, you should probably get your green card already, unless you're a criminal, because like you've been here for 5 years. But like 10, 15 years, you've been here. I don't understand why they're doing all of that. Honestly, I think they got a little bit too much dip on their chip when it comes to that. But I'm not in charge of nothing. What I do know...
Her name was Renee Good. She was from Colorado, not Minnesota. She had traveled there. She left behind her children and her lesbian partner to be a paid protester against ICE.